One of the cartoonists that I've really come to like over the last few years does some really interesting and fun horror comics. And I'm talking about Josh Simmons. And today, I want to show off two of his books, showing off what makes his horror comics so great. It's going to be Jessica Farm and Dream of the Bat. So stay tuned while I put these books under the microscope and watch this video until the end. Back. My name is Taylor. This is Taylor Talks Comics. Thank you for joining me. Give the video a thumbs up. Comment down below with your thoughts on the books I'm showing off or any other horror comics or any comic topic you want to talk about. I reply to all comments. And subscribe if you haven't already. I'm doing 31 days of horror comics. Every day throughout the month of October, I'm showing off a different horror comic or horror comic related topic. You don't want to miss out on that. And if you need to catch up on those, I've done a playlist over my playlist section of my channel, where you can go and look at all the other videos I've done the month so far. So yes, this is Josh Simmons. He's a cartoonist that's been around for a long time, but I've just, over the last couple of years, become a big fan of his. So I just want to show off two of his works, two of his more recent works, to give you kind of a taste and a vibe for what Josh Simmons brings to the table as far as comic books go. The first one I want to show off is Dream of a Bat. Now, this is put out by Mansion Press, and it is a bootleg comic, because it's Josh Simmons doing his own Batman story. But obviously he doesn't call it the Bat, or doesn't call him Batman, he calls him the Bat. So it comes in like this interesting slipcase that it's open on both ends. So I guess it's like a slip cover. I don't know what you call that, but the design of it is absolutely amazing though. Like, look at this sheen on here on this embossed Dream of the Bat. Josh Simmons, I should say Patrick Keck is credited as a co-writer, I believe. And then Dream of the Bat, which is even done like European style, where the lettering it seems upside down or backwards to us Americans. And then here's the great cover. Just absolutely surreal horror. You'll never see Batman look like that again. Now, it does come with a ribbon too, which is cool. This is like the most beautifully designed bootleg comic I've ever seen in my life. Now, I'm going to be careful because there are some things that YouTube won't like as far as the artwork goes. But just look at this brilliant end papers. I can't remember if they're the same. Oh, no, they're different on the back. That's like the kind of like stuff that really stands out to me with Josh Simmons. Is like the aesthetic and the scenery and things that he draws, the backgrounds. It all kind of gives me like the clean line from Europe kind of vibes to it, like a little bit of like Mobius type vibes as far as the backgrounds go. And this was collected as mini comics previously, and then they collected in this nice oversized hardcover. And I think they've done a paperback version as well, Mansion Press. But just awesome artwork. Here's Dream of the Bat, just title lettering with Batman puking. And here's the table of contents. So you get Mark of the Bat, Twilight of the Bat, Birth of the Bat, and Death of the Bat, and then a Bat Gallery. Those are the 4 mini comics that he did, and then some extra stuff that he drew. So here's Mark of the Bat. Like, look at that scenery right there. This is Gotham City, so that's how he gets by it. The copyright and things. He just blanks it out, and you fill it in with your own knowledge of who Gotham City is. And I love this cross-hatching of, like, the clouds in here, too. It's a very signature of Josh Simmons as well. But his artwork is just really, really, like, amazing. Like, it's breathtaking on some of these pages. And the amount of effort and love that he's putting into this character in this, like, bootleg comic is great. Here's the Catwoman type character, though. So it's definitely like Batman. He's like this unhinged, almost like sociopathic fascist, but also deeply riddled with mental health issues and PTSD and things. Like, that's like the kind of route that Josh Simmons is going with his Batman. Here's a Batmobile, which I just love how like awkward that looks compared to the real Batmobile. But again, the scenery and everything in G Blank City. Just absolutely brilliant artwork. And it's just like so much fun. Like, this is such a fun way to read Batman. Like, I don't think DC would ever let Josh Simmons do a Batman comic with this much R-rated content, or even worse than R-rated content, because you'll see, well, you won't see, I'm going to try to cover it up, but it definitely goes places that I don't think DC would ever allow him to. But it would be fun if you just let him do like a fun Batman comic that was a little bit off kilter, like the Bizarro comics they did back in the day with like Evan Dorkin and things. I don't think we'll ever see that, but it is just a great way to experience Batman and experience how Josh Simmons views Batman. It's not unlike like Frank Miller in his controversial way he envisions Batman that people either love or hate. But just seeing the progression of his artwork too, and the progression of his ideas, it's really, really fun. It's like the most fun Batman comic you'll encounter. Like, look at this. Just absolutely maniacally detailed, but like beautiful as well. I just can't get enough of Josh Simmons' artwork. And here's the back gallery, which I think is where I'm going to have to not show so much. Here's some layouts working out. Here's some color work that he did. I'm trying to... here's the cover of Birth of the Bat. This is a good one to show off. And just another more artwork that he's working out. Yeah, so that's Dream of the Bat. Really, really fun collection. I guess, like I said, Mansion Press has a paperback version too that's in print if you're wanting to get your hands on it. And then this is Jessica Farm. This is a really interesting project because this started in the year 2000, and Josh Simmons has been drawing 1 page a month of this comic. And then, I guess the project, it says on the back, it's going to be, sorry, it's going to be 1 page a month from the year 2000 to the year 2049 is what Josh Simmons' plan is. So this is the first collection. I think there would be, I want to say 2, yeah, there will be 2 total collections because this was done in 2024, and I think the next 25 years worth will be in the next hardcover. So this is just Josh Simmons just doing, like, again, 1 page a month while he's doing his other comics and things. And it's so fun to see the ideas because you can imagine the progression of not only the artwork that a cartoonist would have from over 25 years working out, you know, their artwork and things, but the progression of their ideas as well. And that's a kind of fluid nature that the story has. It's a lot of fun. You have to know going in, I think, that that's the project and that's how it works. Because then you see Josh Simmons working out where he wants to take Jessica over the course of 25 years, but within the story and how that progresses and things. And just like the amount of detail he'd throw into some pages. And I imagine, I don't know if this is to be true, but I imagine like some of the months that he has more time to spend on the page, he'll put more detail into it. And maybe some of the months that he doesn't have so much time, he'll make it a little bit more sparse. But it just, this is like surreal horror in my favorite kind of way, because it's Jessica, like you see all these weird characters that she's encountering through here. And the whole premise is that Jessica woke up on Christmas morning and came downstairs to open her presents. And then she has to go through this entire journey of this weird, surreal, like Bizarro Wizard of Oz type journey in order to even get to her presents. And you see all the random characters Josh Simmons is coming up with every month to have her encounter in bizarre locations and things. It's just really magnificent. And then there's a great character growth with Jessica as she matures and becomes more sure of herself and more brave and courageous in this journey. But it's really a fun collection and just an interesting way to do comics, in my opinion. But back here, there's notes of how he wrote this and how the project evolved. So that's really, I love that back matter, back story. Then here's the gallery. He did release this in mini comics here and there. It says you won't be able to read the story until the end of 2050. So I love this, that it's included with all these covers in here. Now, Fantagaphics did release 2 volumes of this, which I think they were oversized paperbacks of Jessica's Farm, volumes 1 and 2. So you can find those as well, which I think collect all the material that's in this hardcover. But yeah, this is really fun stuff. So Josh Simmons is an awesome cartoonist. Let me know in the comments if you're a Josh Simmons fan. And let me know in the comments if you have other cartoonists that you enjoy that have similar vibes. I would like to hear that as well. Thank you guys so much. Give the video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. 31 days of horror comics. What more could you want? Keep talking comics.